that World Championship goes, we're going to be the kings. We're going to reign supreme. You can count on it.
Well, we'll find out beginning tonight in Columbus, Ohio at the Ohio Center.
He's undefeated in a Russian chain match, and Paul Orndorff may have made one of the biggest mistakes of his career.
He may have indeed, and we see Koloff in the ring now, getting ready. He always brings the chain to the ring with him. He's going up against right now a very fleet-footed competitor, Mike Jackson, and Jackson ducking away, using his speed and agility to move around. So Jackson finally meets him head-on and gets the side headlock on Koloff. Hip lock takedown. Koloff trying to turn that to his own advantage. Jackson keeping the side headlock. There's where Koloff has that power, and Jackson hanging on those ring ropes. Now Koloff closing in again. And again, of course, we still have that situation with that knee of Koloff, and I realize that nobody has for a fact found anything in that knee or that knee pad. And yet, like you, beautiful leapfrog by Jackson, and Jackson caught him with a good drop kick. Jackson on his man, moving against Koloff, has him into a hip lock takedown, into a side headlock. Jackson moving very effectively. Koloff breaking it up again, and of course, you felt firsthand that knee.
Well, Gordon, you know, like you said, nobody has actually confirmed that there is something in the knee. But, you know, as we saw on the tape, I believe last week, we saw the man do something to his knee pad, and then he hit that corner post with his knee. Now, if you're going to go on and hit one of those steel corner posts with your knee, you're going to wind up with a fractured kneecap, something like this. I can't say what he has in the knee. All I know is there's something more than a knee and a knee pad in there, Gordon. I felt it firsthand. Paul Orndorff felt it, and I can't say what's in it, but there's definitely more than just a knee in there, Gordon.
Well, there you have it from a man who's experienced it. Jackson in a high backdrop by Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear. Koloff. I'll tell you what, though, he's got a double tough youngster in Mike Jackson. Mike is a tremendous young pro athlete, and Jackson not afraid to go to the air. Gets him in a flying head scissors. Takes Koloff to the mat. And Koloff may be learning a few things himself, Tom.
Well, Mike Jackson is no doubt. He's a tremendous competitor, and he's one of those guys that gets in there. He's going to give 110% no matter how big these guys are. And Ivan Koloff is finding that out for sure. But again, this isn't Paul Orndorff, but Mike Jackson seems to be doing a very, very good job.
He is indeed, and he has kept Koloff as much on the defense as he has been on the offense. So Jackson has been taking the fight to Koloff. Jackson may have gotten a broken nose. I'm not sure. He took a smash right to the nose. I don't see any traces of bleeding, but a couple of times Jackson has gone back to that nose. It may be that he's getting a little bit of a breathing problem.
Well, it may look like it hurt him, but when you're in that match and you're sweating, you won't really know the extent of the damage until you get back to the dressing room and you're sitting down. Maybe you take your shower, and a little bit later that pain will start coming, or the swelling will start coming. And you're right, it looks like Mike may have a little bit of trouble breathing right now, but I don't think that's going to stop him by trying to get a Koloff like he did right there.
Precisely. Beautiful headstand escape, and it's Jackson exploding on Koloff now. Jackson sets his man. High backdrop, and Koloff is down. Came down on his hip and may have some problems here. Jackson trying for the pinfall. Koloff able to power away from it, and that time Koloff caught him with a knee. There's that knee again. I didn't see him adjusted or anything, but brother, he caught him with that knee.
No, Gordon, I didn't see him adjust anything either that time, but he has big legs. This is a big man, Ivan Koloff, and any time that knee comes down on you, it's going to do damage.
Jackson outside the ring on that concrete and having his problems trying to get it together. Being warned by the referee and backing up. The count has started. And Jackson very, very slowly coming up. And that last backdrop took it out of him. He was up and ready for his man that time. Rolling reverse, and Koloff again breaks it up. Brother, I'll tell you, Jackson keeps after him. He keeps trying for that pinfall.
Well, Mike Jackson has that determination. He's not going to just lay down for the man. He's going to fight him. He's going to let him know he's in there. He's going to give him everything he can. His size doesn't intimidate him. He's going to go in against Koloff, but you know, Paul Orndorff is going to come at him, I think, in a different little way, and Koloff had better be ready for that.
He had better be indeed. And it is Jackson that time caught by Koloff. Koloff dominating the situation, and Jackson trying to get it together as Koloff continues to be on top of him, and Jackson, who has taken the very best that Koloff has to offer. In a one-on-one situation, I would say that Mike Jackson has acquitted himself extremely well. However, I would venture to say if Koloff had been able to go into this match with a Russian chain, and I would venture to say that the results would have been much quicker and much more disastrous, because this man Koloff, as Tom has pointed out to us, is undefeated in the Russian chain matches. Jackson fires back, has Koloff staggered, catches him again, and Koloff a wild swing that missed. And Jackson, there's Koloff, back to the basics again. Back leg sweep with his right leg, and has Jackson back to the canvas. Referee.
Okay, guys, let me get a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear us. We're going to wait for a thumbs up before we start the show so you guys can actually hear us this time.
Yes. That always helps.
There's 9 people in the chat right now.
It says.
Yeah. And,
they would lie to us, would they?
Up on the video scope, we have Pro Wrestling This Week, which was an interesting concept they did in the 80s. As they went around the territories and recapped all the wrestlings in a particular week. So it's a good show.
Nice.
All right, so Glenn's saying that we're good to go, so we got a thumbs up there. So
Nice.
Welcome back to the IWR Network 2cast. I'm your host, Alex G, and with me this evening, we have good old Matt Riley. Matt, we're doing this old school style, just me and you.
Yeah.
You can barely hear us.
Nice. Here, barely here. Oh, what do you want to hear, you sons of bitches?
I can turn up the mic more. I don't know how much more we can go.
What do you think of this? Ready? There it is.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
That ginger ale.
Okay.
Oh.
You got it now? All right, go. Thanks, Leon.
And Rosie.
All right. Fantastic. I dig that. So, guys, this is the, I guess, winter 2025 cycle in review. But first, Matt, do we have Johnny B questions?
Do we ever?
Okay, fantastic.
The question starts with, why do you keep sending these questions? I hate you all. I always just picture Johnny B like getting to the bottom of the bottle and be like, I'll give you some goddamn answers. You want answers? Lorelei's buried in the yard. Oh my God. Lorelei, for those who don't know, was the original Kim. or second Kim. I forget which one. There was like one, then Lorelai, and then I should read my own Idlewild history things that has it all in there.
So Matt recently gave me all the Johnny B answers that
Yes.
I'm going to do something with. I'm going to I don't know, organize them in a way so we don't ask the same questions over and over again. But Johnny B, you also got to understand that we do have new watchers all the time, and they may have not heard any of those questions.
Right.
In the past.
And I always think too is we could organize them by like topic or roughly like holidays, IRL, sports, technology.
Does Johnny B have an IWA tattoo on his shoulder?
Ooh, that's a good one. Is anyone ever? If someone got like Big Ben tattoo, would they like free battle royal entries for life?
Darren would do it.
He would.
Darren's out sick today, so.
Yeah, Darren, it's going around, man. Like, we got tuberculosis all over the Midwest. We got bird flu. They just put down a whole like duck farm on Long Island.
Hey, where are the home of the ducks? That's.
We have these Canadian geese down the street from my house at this lake, right? So I'm driving home, like everyone stopped because they're crossing the road. It's very common, But the geese that are not crossing, it's this swan, and this swan looks like mankind or like I don't know. Steve Carino just whacked it with a stick. It looked rough. I was like, if that thing is bird flu, I would believe it.
Ridiculous.
Anyways.
Oh,
right,
Jay says real quick, if pro wrestling wasn't your favorite if pro wrestling wasn't your favorite NES game, were you really an '80s wrestling fan?
Did we just talk about that the other night about like staying up all night and playing D&D, NES Pro Wrestling, and then like Castle Wolfenstein while watching Faces of Death? If you haven't seen Faces of Death, good for you. In short, it was an 80s collection of movies where they showed legit deaths.
Yeah.
And it was...
That's horrible, by the way.
It was a combination of like fascinating, and then you're like, you are... Like this one guy hand feeds a bear bread, and his wife's like, Bob, be careful. Bob, oh my God, Bob. And the bear like, because it's a bear.
Yeah.
And people like forget all the time, like these are wild animals. And Faces of Death just is horrible. But anyways, we also watched movies like Mother's Day and Basket Case. Last House.
Frankenhooker was a good one.
What was it? Super Pussy? What was it? Faster Pussycat?
No, it was Kill Pussycat Kill.
Thank you. That was what's his name? My Russ Meyer.
Russ Meyer, yeah.
Hero. All right. So anyways, let's get this. Fred that might kill me. Oh my God. All right. Well, let's see these questions here. And don't mind me, I have like a lot of congestion, so I'm snuffling.
A little stuffy. It's business season.
I have my ginger ale and some Ritz crackers.
Unbelievable.
Okay. From previously on the IOR Tubecast, Alex said, I wonder if Attaway would ever consider going to a subscription-based model. Johnny Beak Jr. I wouldn't say it's a hard no, but I do want to avoid creating a scenario wherein managers are continuing to play solely because they've already paid for the next cycle or because they've locked into a routine and are just going through the motions. Apathy can be just as contagious as fun. We also want to give managers the freedom to adjust their gameplay based not only what's happening in that way, but what's happening in their lives. What if they find themselves in a scenario where there's a large unexpected expense because their partially restored 1997 Camaro Z28 suddenly blows a head gasket or suffers a tire blowout?
God forbid.
Such a scenario would totally blow. What if they're unable to submit matches and strategies by the league's deadline for some reason? Should we still take money in that scenario? On a related note, Darren was in favor of us offering subscriptions and suggested that we could send subscribers the hold values before the day's first bulletin posted. What he's not aware of is that receiving matches and strategies in the early or even mid-afternoon Tuesdays, Thursdays is not uncommon scenario for us. Yes, we could be extremely strict about deadlines and refuse submissions, but inactivity is much more fun for anyone, including the other players in the affected league. We are occasionally forced to reject strategy changes when they arrive after the first bulletin of the day's federation has already been posted. That has happened. Since all of this means we wouldn't be able to reveal the hold values any earlier than the uploading of the day's first PDF, I don't think it would make sense to also release them separately at the same time. So, he continues. I use the word scenario repeatedly because of the previous Tubecast, Alex was singing the theme song from Greatest American Hero. Since the wrestler using that TV show's gimmick won the first ACW league title. He did.
I did.
I used to watch that program with my father, the original Johnny B, and he enjoyed the fact that the writers had Robert Culp's character use the S word in seemingly every episode. I don't remember that. Players in search of a movie of similar concept should check out The Meteor Man from 1993, and another superhero comedy I recommend is the Black Scorpion franchise. Completely unrelated to WCW, by the way. Sting. The television series features Adam West, better known as TV's Batman, uncharacteristically portraying a supervillain. Another villain is played by Martin Kove of Karate Kid and Cobra Kai fame. Note that The Meteor Man is safe to watch with younger viewers, but Black Scorpion is intended for adult audiences. I don't remember Black Scorpion, do you?
Yeah.
Really? Was it any good?
No.
No.
Meteor Man was all right. That was Robert Townsend? Yeah, Robert Townsend joint. So that one was pretty good.
Okay, yeah.
Johnny B needs to watch one of my favorite movies, which is Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. That's a film that you should watch. This is my top 5 movies, by the way, right after Porky's.
Porky's. Speaking of content only suitable for adults, the Tubecast hosts are reminiscing about the various sizes and shapes of packaging we had used for our product over the years. Alex had been told we used very stiff paper in the bulletin covers at one point in our history. Johnny B. Jr. says, I have no recollection of using thicker cardstock in the front or back covers of the bulletins, but there was a period of time which we used different colors of the paper for them. I remember that. I have some of those. With regular white paper on the inside pages. We then began using covers pre-printed with designs in color, often paired those with colored paper. We purchased a long-reach, heavy-duty saddle stapler and spent more days than I care to admit pounding mercilessly on the poor thing to bind the handbooks for our various games. Some of those handbook covers did use cardstock, but I don't recall if I ever used the stapler for out-of-way bulletins. And it's very possible, though, that some were practically too thick to even fold in the early days. As Darren noted, bulletins are often of the slimmer side and were tri-folded, stuffed into regular-sized envelopes, sans staples. Later, we began using slightly larger envelopes, which required only that the pages be folded in half vertically. But most of our nearly 40-year history has seen us use full-size envelopes, the kind the company might employ for purposes of, say, avoiding the introduction of unnecessary creases to a magazine centerfold. Thus was born the neighborhood rumor that the Iowa's true business was pornography. I love that so much. I gotta have He-Man Hoban right about that. I suppose it doesn't matter. It doesn't help matters when people would ask in rather hushed tones what it was we did, and we would explain a double-digit number of employees they saw arriving at the break of dawn, sometimes showing up in the middle of the night, always carrying boxes upon boxes of plain, unmarked envelopes out of our nondescript building. We're merely servicing a completely innocent game involving professional wrestlers that did not exist. They exist. They're still real to me, damn it. Yeah, I would probably have thought we were a front for a porno shop, too. Great point. All right.
So I'm assuming they didn't have a big, giant sign that said World Unlimited on it or whatever. It's probably just like an office building with like nothing on the outside with like tinted windows, and it just looked like I don't know what they're doing in there. It's weird.
Well, I will
right across the street from the Dairy Queen.
Right. I'll pause to put this out there. If anyone has any of those old, like, Ida handbooks, I know one of the guys in the game posted it recently. Like, he had pictures of it. And he's like, I'll post more, and he never did. All right, thanks. But I would love to get my hands on those. And I frequently look for old bulletins of the 1985 to 87 variety. I have 87 till now about that. But I'm looking for more because I'm greedy.
I mean, I think we all wish that Johnny B would have kept those for posterity's sake. I know they didn't, but they're pretty cool. The clock is the thing that
always
got me.
There's got to be somebody. How would no one in that family be like, Dad, can I have one of the clocks? And he'd be like, all right. All right. Anyways, in episode 181, the NWL special, Alex stated, I'm curious about how Johnny B handled the cash portion of the IWA. One day, you get a deposit bag and you go over to Wilhook First National and deposit all those singles. That's what I thought it was porn, all right. Yeah. Johnny B. Jr. While I never accompanied him on his bank runs in those early years, I'm confident that every visit followed an identical series of events. Johnny B. would produce several large handful of dollar bills from his jacket pockets. The teller would ask jokingly if he was a stripper. My dad would smile, then exclaim a bit too loudly and a bit too proudly, I got all this cash from young boys. At this point, he would notice that all the uncomfortable onlookers and clarify it had nothing to do with stripping, although some of the drawings his children would send him had featured men who weren't wearing very much. That inside joke would fall equally flat, and the transaction would end with the teller counted the singles in awkward silence. He eventually made me responsible for depositing the non-imaginary money, and then we didn't have to switch banks as often, since I was better at resisting the temptation of making such jokes. Okay, only slightly better. Yikes. All right, the last query I'll address tonight arrived by way of Matt's email account. It read, have you ever locked yourself out of the office? All right, Johnny B. Jr. In the lifetime of the game thus far, I haven't yet made that particular mistake, but shortly after buying my first home, I closed the door while inside one of the bedrooms. The doorknob came off of my hand. Whoops. The spindle was connected to the knob on the other side, which had simultaneously fallen out of the borehole into the hallway. I hate when that happens. A utility worker was outside turning the water on the water service. Sorry, I said that. A utility worker was outside turning on the water service. I was pausing for Alex to make an inappropriate remark.
I'm not gonna talk about waterworks, all right? I don't have a yellow flag. This ain't cruising.
That's right. All right, but he was on the opposite side of the house. Luckily, there was a child standing on the sidewalk below the window, and he passed my distress call on to the man who subsequently rescued me. Years earlier, my father had been installing a doorknob in one of the Attaway offices. Known more for being creative than practical, he had got himself in the exact same predicament. Pause for Alex chuckle at the use of the word predicament. You did. There were multiple employees available to rush to his aid, but perhaps it's Johnny B thing to be waiting anxiously in a room with your knob in your hand, hoping someone will come. There's a chef's kiss right there. It brings up an important question, though. I just thought of this. In the Attaway's history, how many times they had to fire somebody? Like, I just picture, like when someone applied for a job where you're like, listen, what's your background here? I see you've played some NES Pro Wrestling, and you did some, WWE 2K. How does the hiring process /
I would assume it's all data entry people. The data doesn't matter. It's just the entry that matters, right? I don't know if they're going like keystrokes per minute and all that kind of good stuff. So this is something to keep in mind.
And while I'm thinking of this, I'm going to actually snag this right now, copy, and then go to my new file that I created. Oh boy!
Damn it! Where's Darren? Darren's supposed to have my Johnny B questions ready to go. Shit. So for 3 weeks, I have really good Johnny B questions, and I typed them in the chat so I don't forget them. Well, now I forgot.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Damn it! I blame Darren. He's supposed to be here.
This is 157, right?
What?
Episode 157.
The current episode? Yeah. 185, buddy.
Oh my god, I'm not tired.
Yeah, we've been doing this for almost 10 years.
Holy crap. All right. 185? Good lord. That's almost sick. It is sick.
It is. We're sick people.
Alrighty. So there's and as always, if you have questions, IWA, about the game, I have a quick question, actually, besides the fact about wondering who got fired from IWA and how that happened. We had a question about Battle Royals. Let me find it here, because I was going to bring it up. Let me find it, sorry. While you're waiting, it was from here we go. Battle Royal question. All right, so let me see here. Let me scroll up. Okay. Is there any strategy at all for the Battle Royal? It seems like the same numbers or same names winning a lot. That was a player asking for a strategy video, but also just thought in general. I always say is you want to make sure your wrestlers all have different numbers in different spots. Like, don't use the same exact. Like, if you put 25, for example, on hole number 1. If all of your wrestlers have that at hole number 1, and the Battle Royal has hole number 2 as a hole to look at, that you're not gonna get those points.
Yeah. I don't know because I never won them. I don't think I may have won maybe one.
All right.
I usually get eliminated pretty early.
Oh, there you go. Let's see here. catching up on the chat here. Sorry, electric chair faces of death. Oh yeah, the monkey brains. Yep, that's terrible. The guy. Oh, actually, I think the best one was the guy high on PCP in the shootout with the cops, who is like has a woman like he's holding hostage, and it goes south terribly. But you know how nowadays we're like, why did the cop shoot the guy like 18 times? Well, multiply that by like 17 cops are there when this guy like begins firing, and they return fire, and he looks like he just becomes like a Jackson Pollock painting. Like it's brutal. Anyways, all right. So, getting back to our regularly scheduled mayhem, do you want to just hit right into the leagues here?
Yeah, let's start. I'll start with the NWL.
Not it.
All right. Obviously, I'm going to do it. It's my league. Damn it. All right, NWL National Wrestling League number 230. League champion, Static Motion. TV champion, Leila Chiladrina. I figured I would pronounce that correctly. Central Plains champion, Dmitry Chokakov. East Coast champion, the Notorious Jesus. Great Lakes champion, Rusty Chains. Mid-Atlantic champion, Super Mikamanus. Northeast champion, Ozzy Deathstrike. Pacific Northwest champion, Arcane. Rocky Mountain champion, Magnum TA. Southeast champion, Vladimir Volkov. Southwest champion, Charlotte Rose Gold. West Coast champion, El Luchador Americano.
My favorite.
League Tag Team Champions, we have the Fish Fam. Your TV Tag Team Champions is Hypnotic and Blitzkrieg. League Six-Man Champions winning another 5 free matches. Rusty Chains, Mad Dog, Henry Healer, and Arcane. TV Six-Man Champions, Super McManus, Leila Chiladrina, and Notorious Jesus, which is Fish Fam. And your Battle Royal winner, Static Motion. Hey, Matt, when was the last time the Battle Royal winner also won the League Championship? That doesn't happen very often.
I could tell you. Give me a second. I'll tell you right now. Might take a while.
Okay. So, Alex, what's going down in the NWO? Well, guys, we're on our way to our next pay-per-view, which is NWO Homecoming. We do have some matches signed for the Young Lions Championship. Kamikaze will take on Blitzkrieg for the X1 Championship. Mad Dog versus Ozzy Deathstrike. We have the NWO Rookies versus NWO Legends match. National Tag Team Champions Fish Fan will face to be determined. Actually, I've just determined it, but you guys will find out next cycle who they're going to face for the Tag Team Championships. It's a hell of a surprise, guys. And then we have Magnum TA versus Arcane. Again, card is subject to change. You might have some additions there as well. Guys, I think overall this cycle was fantastic. You guys all did a great job. Matt, I've never seen a group of rookies get it so quickly in terms of how a league is and how a league shall be run. They're using all the tools appropriately. They're using a lot of the NPC characters that we've created, would it be Todd Oakland or Lance Cadmoran or what have you. They're using those. I wish some veterans would use those more, to be honest, because we don't want to be in a bubble, guys. And then there's great interactions in between the wrestlers. So, guys, great job. TT is looking good. My only thing is, I like to challenge people anyway. So, challenge yourself to think outside the box because, as we all know, I do love a square box of text, right, with a picture on it, right? It's cool. I use it myself. But there's other ways to do TT. There's other ways to kind of get your points across. So, be creative. I remember someone, Matt, who was doing this a while back? Who was doing the Twitter back and forth as TT?
Oh,
that was awesome.
That was Stevie Vertigo, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah. So again, use what's out there. We have people who did trash talks via YouTube, and they had the little YouTube thing. They put the box in there, and there'd be a video. Just kind of think outside the box here a little bit.
If you want to see a good example of that, Rachel Van Dorn in the
I just saw that too.
A lot of good social media type stuff, which is great because it fits her personality.
Yeah.
The answer to the question is fall 2023. Number 207, Grey Wolf Doug McMaster won the Battle Royal and the NWL Championship.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, and a quick out-of-way question. If a tag team beats the tag champs, has a higher score, and there's a non-title attached. I know non-titles when it comes to like singles matches because you have the whole thing where like if you're a TV champion and you challenge regional champions, or if you're a league champion, do that. There was a way around that. But maybe if Johnny could talk about the use of non-title match stipulation, the proper use.
Because I was in the impression it would be like if I'm a regional champion and I'm going to fight, say Luther's going to fight Fatty the Butcher, and I'm the champion, and Fatty's a contender, I can mark it as non-title. That's the way I thought it went.
Hear from the man himself. But yes, that would be helpful. So there it is, NWL. So lots going on. What do you want to hit next?
You want to do BWL?
Sure. Let me just look. Any questions here? 2 battles in 98. All right, BWL. Let me find. All right, here it is. BWL number 48. We are chugging along. The BWL champion retaining the title, winning 10 free matches. Wildfire, Betty Red. Congrats, Capish Rob there. Our TV champion, Bandita. The Battle Royal winner, Brenda Bring the Pain. Who's I just noticed Brenda is closing in on $5 million. Wow,
that's a lot of money.
Effie O'Shaughnessy is a Japan Idol champion. Rachel Van Dorn has a Joe's Championship. Supreme Court Justice has a Zenjo Championship. Brenda Bing DePain has Luchadores Champion. The Black Dahlia, Bellatrix Von Wolf. The Cholitas Champion. I had a really good joke for that in my TT, and I forgot to put it in there, and I was all mad. Oh, well. The Bellatrix Champion, Kay Shreddy. The Themyscira champ. The Kid, Charlotte Croissant. Hollywood champion, sensations, Sydney.
I've never met any French people, Mike. I don't think they actually do
that. I have customers come through so often that are French, and they're very nice. I had a British woman today who had a very thick accent, and then she was like, "Oh, what brought you here?" And she's like, "Oh, for work, I'm researching." I'm like, "Oh, it's great." It's like, is it? Can I ask you about your administration? Like, it ain't my administration. So she was fun. Sin City champion, Queen of the Ring, Aria Gunpowder. Willowick champion, Queen Bee, Sarah B. Money. And let's see what's going down.
So I gotta say, like, BWO is low key the hottest league in the IWR right now.
Lots going on.
I went through it before. I'm like, holy crap!
You know who didn't go through it? Me.
No, it's hot right now. It's like, to me, like I went through all the leagues, and all the leagues are doing well, but that BWL is hot right now.
It's funny because the other day I was talking to Patrick, the commissioner Patrick Wallace, about it, and we were just kind of kicking some ideas around. And I told him my kind of idea for the league, the year angle, and I got to figure a way to pull this off because I think it'd be really good for like the whole league. But it has to be started the right way. Yeah. And Patrick was like, "How about this?" I'm like, "Ah!" So hopefully this will start something good.
You just can't have me be in charge of any leagues ever.
No. Not again. What happened last time? Oh. The pay-per-view coming up next is Caged Fury 3. And the results of the 50th cycle, which is 2 cycles away, will appear in the write-up in cycle 51. Next cycle is the first round of the Lethal Lottery tournament. And I have actually put this page in the IWAR magazine. I actually want to offer this to all the commissioners. If you want to promote any of your events that you want to get more people involved in, as maybe as a draw, because back in the early days of the IOR, when we had the Murano Memorial, it was like a BRL event. Yeah. And they're like, hey, let's get more people involved. That's kind of what led to this whole mess. But our tag teams here for the first round, we have Charlotte Croissant and Brenda Bring to Pain taking on Jesse Dragunov and Bandita. We have Bellatrix Von Wolf and Vero Vaughn taking on Better Than You and Court Justice. Rachel Yamazaki and Jersey Jen Grapevine taking on Rachel Van Dorn and Kay Shreddy. We have, in the other bracket, we have Mother D and Joya Pyro taking on Aria Gunpowder and Barbed Wire. Ooh, they're enemies. FAO Shaughnessy and Rudy Groove taking on Saturday Money and Huntress, and Aaliyah Zoe and Sydney Renard taking on Betty Red and Gina Colada. Oh, they're arch enemies. That's a good sign. I got to write about that. So this tournament, don't forget, the way it works out is you have this, these match brackets, and the final three face off. So the final three teams face off, and then you have a final winning team, and then the winning team faces each other, and the winner of that goes on for a championship. So it's a really grueling process, but it's pretty dope.
We also have the return of Veruca Salt on there, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, really? All right. There we go.
We'll keep that in mind.
All right. So, where do you want to go next?
Let's go to the ACW, and I will always refer to it as the ACW, which is my tribute to Bret Hart, who says the WCW.
The WCW.
All right, so All-American Championship Wrestling, number 2, league champion Brad the Executioner Hart, American Territory champions Bud Mudd, New England champion Starlight, fresh from the NWO, Atlantic Coast champion Jackknife Justice, Great Lakes champion Battling Jack Brassis.
Yes.
Brassis. No, Brassis. Brassis. Brodus. No.
Wow.
Smoky Mountain champion Happy Meal. Deep Chow champion FedEx Bobby Brutal. Gulf Coast champion Zero. Texas Heartland champion Hey Mitch Hardigan. Rocky Mountain champion Abe Streisand. Desert States champion Terry Gamilla. Pacific Coast champion Kay Shreddy. League Tag Team champions Blasphemous Tundra DeFrost and Abe Streisand. American Territories Tag Team champions Mud Bud and Spud Mud.
Yes.
League Six-Man champions Bixie Bullsworth, Hey Mitch Hardigan, and Buckaroo Bobbleguts. Buckaroo Bubbleguts. There you go. I fucking hate you guys. Again, guys, I read it at 3rd grade level. What do you want from me? All right? Get over yourselves. American Territory Six-Man champions Jackknife Justice, Tormented Timmy, and Steel Samson. And your Battle Royal winner, Bud Mudd. There you go.
There you go.
So I guess, for those of you who are in the ACW, how do you guys like it so far since it's a brand new league? I think it's dope.
Needs more U.S. mail.
I like the fact that Chuck Norris is the commissioner. That's dope.
Chuck
It's Charles Norris, technically, but whatever.
Hey.
First pay-per-view will be Cycle 5. Will be American Revolution. I'll be off from Boston, live from the Boston. Is it the Boston Garden? What is it now? What's the garden?
TD Bank North Garden.
What the TD Bank North Garden?
Yeah, I know.
That sounds like dog shit.
It's been around for 20-odd years. We're used to it by now.
In 5 years, it's going to be the Pornhub Garden. There you go.
Great.
That's it.
So the Robert Kraft hand job luxury boxes. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. It looks good.
No, it looks fantastic. I do want to, not to toot my own horn, but toot. Everyone take a look at page 38 when I do the weekly world news. That says breaking news. Charles Norris has a time machine and refuses to stop the attack on Pearl Harbor. And you'll see him with riding a dinosaur and a robot. So
it's America. Robot.
I was telling Ryan, and I showed Ryan this last week. I'm like, I kind of want to do a 9/11 joke here. He could have stopped 9/11. I was like, that's just a bridge too far. So we did Pearl Harbor instead.
Yes.
So I was like,
There you go.
Also, I did. Speaking of different ways to do trash talk, I did a bio on Tracy, and it's a Wikipedia page instead. So when you guys get a chance, check that out. It's, again, just trying to give you guys some ideas of some different ways of doing stuff. But overall, I think the ACW is fantastic. We're in Cycle 2, so it can only get better from here.
Is that Rip Rogers?
Where?
No, who is that? I can't think who the bad guy is.
That is Rip Rogers.
Good am I. Damn. All right. There it is. All right. Well, ACW. Yeah, I agree. It's getting together. So one of these two is when all these new faces come together, you got to kind of feel things out and figure it out. Like I've been doing kind of very much like U.S. Mail intro promos.
Yes. So I did the same thing with Luther. Just kind of, although he got a feud imported from the CWL since Eamon Spur followed him over. So they're gonna have a match at the American Revolution. It's gonna be Boston Tea Party match where it's gonna be a scaffold match in the Boston Harbor and someone's getting thrown into the harbor, and that's the match. And apparently, I think Darren, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Spur British? I don't know. Maybe. Because that would have been awesome. Because then, like, I'm going to write this whole thing that Luther saves America from the British once again. Which would be hilarious.
Is that Derek Dukes?
Where?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
That was a horrible ref bump. I love it. We were talking before the show about racism in wrestling and Colonel De Beers. We remember the Colonel De Beers.
He just recently passed away, so rest in peace, Colonel De Beers.
Yeah. Colonel De Beers painted Derek Dukes white.
Yeah. So he was a wrestler / manager that was like a pro apartheid South African, which is horrifying, by the way. But that's the AWA. And
boy,
I made a
really
comment. I was like,
changed,
who was Frank Gagne going to see? Like, who's going to ask? Like, hey, this is a good idea. Like, he's going to ask Vern. I was like, yeah, do it. Who cares?
They were saying they're worried about, I guess, like, what's his name? Jacob Fatu is so over with the fans. They're worried about him facing other fan favorites. And, like, and that's.
Well,
like,
it's the whole Jake Roberts thing. Remember the whole thing where, like, Jake Roberts DDT'd, like, Jake Roberts is a heel, and he DDT'd Hogan, and then he got a face pop, so they never aired that episode of the Snake Pit. And I have every episode of the Snake Pit. It's out there. So
terrible.
They never aired it. So that's why they turned Jake Roberts' face like no reason, like in '86. Late '86 or '87.
Who the hell is that in the ring now? Is that Gene Kiniski?
Oh, you would know. You're a big Gene Kiniski fan. You're a big Kelly
Is
Kiniski fan?
He's terrible.
Yeah, Kelly Kiniski was pretty bad.
Well, he's getting better, but
He's not. He's the worst wrestler I've ever seen was probably Angelo Mosca Jr. By the way, he's probably the worst wrestler ever. So
that's all right. All right, so
pretty bad.
Colonel De Beers was funny.
He wasn't like, and again, like he was great in Portland as Ed Wastowski. Like he was awesome. But like he was like, again, we were talking about like Iron Sheik, right? Like Iron Sheik is not offensive because he's hilarious, right? So it's like
ridiculous.
It's just he's so over the top and he's so cartoony that it's actually funny. But what do you want to do next? You want to do IWL, BRL?
I'll do IWL. Let me pull it up here. All right, IWL. Blink. All right, so bulletin number 203, league champion for the IWL, Magnifico Astro. Television champion somehow, Americano Hank Henkel. New York City champion, Shotgun James Carnage. Los Angeles champion, Canadian Jock. Boston champion, Father Conrad.
Oh shit, Bad News Brown. Hold on.
What?
Bad News Brown is on the TV, on the computer screen.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.
You know, one time that they turned him babyface and he was Good News Brown?
No.
Yes, he was.
No.
Or Good News Allen.
Goodness. I remember that was a good feud with Bret Hart. That was a fun
yeah, because they knew each other forever because he was a Calgary
guy. Detroit champion, appropriately enough, Windsor Detroit. Called it. Cleveland champion, Death Valley Drifter. Dallas champion, Boogie Warrior. Memphis champion, Bulk Brogan. Miami champion, Mike Rampage Sanders. San Fran champion, Texas Jesse Tombstone. And Chicago champion, somehow, Americano Buddy Donner, who still hasn't lost since I got those losses erased. Thanks, IWA. Quick side note, IWA Stablecade with the dropping the ties. Who was asking for that? Who wants his ties dropped? You guys are killing me. Sorry. League Tag Champions, 13 and Christopher Kane. TV Tag Champions, Kid Justice and Hollywood Kid. League 6-Man Champions, the Regulators, Texas Jesse Tombstone, Blackjack Robertson, and Shotgun James Carnage.
Boo!
Horribly managed by Ryan.
Boo.
TV 6-Man Champions, Buck Dollarhide. Steel Ironside, and nobody. Battle Royal winner, Death Valley Drifter, who wins 51 free IWL matches. That's a pretty sweet deal. All right, Alex, what's going down?
I don't know. I haven't ran this league in 2 years.
I'm going to look real quick. I know Darius will.
I'm a big fan of the Death Valley Drifter picture. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. It looks even better if you think the backpack has a head in it.
I like the AI image of biscuits and gravy. That's really good. Nice job there.
Yeah. Let's see here. This Trash Talk review, which is always great. See the next.
We got Matt Mania, which will be the March cycle of 2020. I'm assuming
Yes,
that's 5, not
right.
4.
Sure. I think so. And that's going to be, if it sticks with the system, it's that cycle's results get written up the next cycle. Those are good, pretty dope set of logos there.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job. He's the logo guy at this point.
He is. Uncle Slam. I enjoy Uncle Slam.
So we probably should go over that. Like
what?
So I think I do it differently than everyone else, where my matches run on the cycle that I tell you the pay-per-views on, and then we do the write-up after. So
I think Derek said.
So he does the same thing?
Yeah.
So, for example, the matches for, like, Homecoming, I'm going to run them in 232. Results will be posted for 233.
Right.
So just everyone's on the same page with that. Because I know for a while, like, people were running, like, say, for example, they were running at 231, and they would post the results for 232. And I run the matches on 232 and run the results on 233, the one afterwards.
Oh my God, the Los Americanos got attacked.
They deserve it.
And Mr. Honkers, the Canadian Goose.
Off-topic question: has anyone gotten, like? So I've been seeing them around my neighborhood, but the black license plates, like, you can do that now apparently, where you can have, like, black license plates. Is that
that sounds illegal to me?
I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but like I've been seeing companies they'll do vanity plates for you. Like, it'll be the same numbers and stuff, the little plates, and they'll say New York or whatever on them, but they're just a different color. Whatever. If anyone's gotten those, if so, let me know.
That's like Men in Black type stuff, man. Just watch yourself. I know they might come and get you.
Oh, Venom Scott's in the chat there, Matt.
What?
Venom Scott's in the match in the chat. Our good friend Cleveland Whitehead.
Oh, hey man. Wow.
Former commissioner of the XPL, who I stole like half my commissioner's report from. So talk about inspirations, right? Talk about inspirations and how, when I started out as a young commissioner back in the day, I would go through all the reports and take all the cool stuff and add them to mine. And that's how you got good. So,
well,
XPL was one of them for sure.
Yeah, man. CVL, Stevon, if you're an XPL veteran alumni, always welcome. There's a lot going on, so lots of leagues to choose from.
So Justin was saying a girl that he works with has the black license plates issued from Iowa.
That's got to be something free. Like, it's like, I don't know. I'll find it out. All right. Moving on to the non-license plate news. What do you want to do next? You want to do BBL?
CWL, buddy.
All right.
Lock it in. Okay. CWL, Continental Wrestling League, Winter 2025, 333. League champion Norman the Loom Kefkes, TV champion Borg Genesis, United States champion Solace, Yukon champion Battle Axe, Caribbean champion Nameless Minion of Solace #2, Amazon Basin champion Dashka Wandeshe Boombaye.
Do it.
British Isles champion Midnight Scorpion, Arabian champion Nameless Minion of Solace #3. South African champion, the Genuine Artificial. Siberian champion, the Edge, Johnny Walker. East Asian champion, Masanabu. Oceanic champion, Nature Boy Phil Landers. League tag champions, Johnny the Wrench Morello and Vincent Torrio. TV tag team champion, Shane the Train Gloom and Mean Mike Zenith. That's the Demolition Crew. League six-man champion Nutty Buddy 1, 2, and 3. TV six-man champion Axel, Alex, and Alec Von Schnapp. And your Battle Royal winner winning 25. That's right, 25 CWL matches. Solace. So, Alex G, what's going down in the CWL? So right now they're doing this gimmick where they have a guest commissioner every month. And it seems like this time it's Honesty.
Yes, it was.
It's awesome. The next pay-per-view, which is coming up shortly, that is the Brawl for It All, or what I call it, Brawl for All. I make a Brawl for All reference in my TT this cycle. This one will be live from the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee. Which I think that was a former arena that actually turned into a Bass Pro Shop, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, jeez.
So that's the Pyramid in Memphis. Again, I always recommend everyone that if you're in the CWL, I want to get all the insight on the CWL very quickly. I always read the Blaze 411. I'll give you all the information that you need in the CWL. So again, really solid trash talk across the board here in the CWL. If you look a little closely into mine, you might see some stuff, but you got to kind of squint at it. But I'm just putting that out there, a little Easter egg for y'all over there. Yeah, I mean, looks fantastic. Demolition Crew looking good, looking jacked. I wonder how much they bench. Like the picture of Borg Genesis, which seems to be looks like John Cena, but as a Borg, perhaps possibly. It's pretty dope. But again, fantastic stuff all around. So great job, guys. Keep it up.
You know what is in this episode though? This issue.
What?
On page 36.
What's that?
Trash talk from Johnny Vegas.
Yes.
Been a long time coming. Happy to see it. I haven't read it yet. I'm just looking at it. Ooh.
Well, he had some help from some friends.
That's good.
So.
Quick side note, just about the recap and the rest of this trash talk, the previous cycle. There's a comment there blaming the Von Schnapps for what happened to Scapegoat. I'd like to say that when the EMTs were helping Scapegoat, the Von Schnapps just walked up and were like, "Oh man, that's terrible." They were showing concern, Scapegoat. So really, let's be nice here.
Welcome to the big leagues, buddy.
That's right. Dick move, bro. Yeah. So yeah, a lot going on in the CWL. Very healthy league, and I'm sure it's going to bump again because we had the 10 free matches this cycle.
Yeah,
thanks to those high scores.
Tough league. I mean, all these leagues are tough. Like for me, if I'm looking at these leagues, I'm looking at my 493s, that ain't gonna cut it.
Dude, I had 3 leagues where I had 497s and blanked.
Yeah, so it's getting tougher. That means thanks a lot for your strategy workshop there, man. Everyone has 499s and no one wins any titles.
Play me, play Mike. I just host the show. I am the expert. All right, so
I
we're
tried
going
to listen to it last time.
Yeah.
I'm I don't know what's happening, so I went boo and left.
That's nice. Nice. So, where are we at next? See, so you want to?
No, it's your turn.
BRL.
You do BRL, buddy.
All right, I'll do BRL. All right. So, league champion retaining and earning $25 in IW credit. Squeakums the Clown. Battle Royal winner.
The cover boy of this year.
He's a cover boy, yeah. Hollywood DVS from Dynasty Stable winning $25 in IW credit. The tag champions, the Grammar Police, Inspector Henry Taylor and Constable George Campbell. The TV tag champions, McFlaherty Brothers, Brendan and Rory. 6-man champions winning another 5 free matches. The Mannequins 1, 2, and 3. The BRL TV 6-man champions, King Kong Von Vachon, Gorilla Von Vachon, and Fritz Von Vachon. Who used the name Von in their name? What a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
The TV champion, Total Package U.S. Mail. So keeping it in the armed forces, he defeats his own partner, He-Man Hoven, to keep that belt. Central Plains champion, Punk Rock Mike. East Coast champion, Hollywood DVS. Great Lakes champion, Double I, Rob Ratliff. Mid-Atlantic champion, Razzle Dazzle. Northeast champion, Jumpin' Jack Flash. or Jacques Flash. Pacific Northwest champion with a 501, yay me, Monster Truck Tanaka. Rocky
you don't
Mountain
deserve it,
champion.
buddy. You don't deserve it.
I know. Thanks, Workshop. Sid Credence is your Rocky Mountain champion. Southeast champion, Brendan McFlaherty. Southwest champion, Crusher Nutilla. And West Coast champion, King Khan. King Khan. So, yes. So, that's the champions page.
I dig that. The map's going down.
Well, just to mention earlier, Veroka Salt is back. So, too, is the Playboy McFerrari. Back in action. Dark Danger.
Wow, where's your brain at, buddy?
Well, Dick Danger used to be a wrestler in the game years ago. There was Nick, Dick, and Rick Danger.
Are people no longer calling their Richards Dick anymore? Like as a concept, 2025. Like, hey, listen, I just had a baby boy. I'm gonna name him Richard, but we're gonna call him Dick. You think that's over? We passed that phase.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like the Speedos. Like we're just not gonna wear those anymore.
Right.
Like I don't see any 17-year-old kids named Dick anymore. How about that?
Yeah. Something else I saw in the league. I was like, oh, that's new. Let me see here. No. All right, never mind. But there's a lot of people have shown up in the league now, so we got people piling in. Bunch of alpha males. I think that's Justin's guys too. And of course, we got Joe Tusa and Hawk Tusa. And I got to send. Yeah, I got to send. Hawk Tusa's 0-11. Man, I got to send a letter to Joe and make sure he understands he won the ladder match battle royal. I don't know if he did or not. I haven't actually looked through. Let's see if I find his trash talk. Let's see if he. Oh, Joe Tusa. I love it. Joe Tusa, as he takes a picture of me, I'm pissed off and I'll take on anyone that gets in my way. Do yourself a favor and back off and get hurt. And there's a picture of him with a 6 ladder match battle royal briefcase. I love it. That's a perfect example of a player who reads stuff we put out there.
Yeah, read, motherfuckers. Read. We had this conversation the other day.
Oh my god.
The commissioners get mad. Like, I don't know if these guys are reading my stuff.
Yeah. Page 50, you see the latest submission from Catfish Rob with his version of King Rat Khan. And it is some kind of combination of the Care Bears, a rat, and Rainbow Bright.
So I do intend to take all these photos and then chuck them in the AI and see what I get out of it.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not going to read all the TT now, but thank you for submitting. I see lots of promos here. There's also a Queen Khan on 46. Oh, a lot more drawings. Oh, there's at least 3 or 4 more drawings. Catfish going off.
He's inspired. What can I say?
Yeah. Oh boy.
He once did a picture of Luther that I found hilarious.
Yes.
They definitely had a spit take on
it. Yeah. Catfish Rob working on some special stuff right now, actually, too. So he told me a little. He's like, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but he asked me some questions. So, just as far as what's going on in the BRL, of course, this is cycle 630. 631. So not this cycle, but the next one, 632, will be the one that I screwed up the thing on the poster. But there's a lot going on in the WrestleRama lineup, so I'm excited about it. Happy to see people playing, being active, lots of good feuds. So yeah, take part, folks. So that's your BRL right there. Where are you going next? Are you going to
Rolling
BBL?
Thunder. No, Rolling Thunder.
Okay.
Is that Marty Jannetty? Oh, it's Old St. Jones. Sorry.
Oh my God. Who's body slam? Oh. Eddie Gilbert?
How many people get distracted by watching the wrestling that's on the screen? Like, oh, what? Oh, they said my name. What championship did I win? All right, next up, Rolling Thunder League, number 35. League champion, Graveyard Dog. League Tag Team Champions, Motormouth, Brody Piper, and Chief Moon Crossfox are your League Six-Man Champions. Motormouth, Brody Piper, Lance Blackwolf, and Chief Moose Crossfox. TV Champion, Arnai Shiesty. Central Plains Champion, the Heartthrob, Dan Corvette. East Coast Champion, Granger Wesson. Great Lakes Champion, Lance Blackwolf. Mid-Atlantic Champion, Guy Michael Gagon.
Yes. Gee.
Gigon? Like
Gee.
Egon, but with Gigon? Gooby Gone? You ever had Gooby Gone before? They're like oranges. Northeast Champion, Michael Scipio. Pacific Northwest Champion, Pastor Cleaver. Oh, yeah, Cleaver. Rocky Mountain Champion, Shapeshifter RJ Gold. Southeast Champion, Deacon Elroy. Southwest Champion, Deacon Leroy. West Coast Champion, the Pain Master, Ike Payne. TV Tag Team Champions, Carnage Dodge and Jello Duncans. Or Jello Duncans. Them two. TV Six-Man Champions, Jean-Paul Tremblay, Guy Michael Gagon, Bernard Bouchard, and your Battle Royal winner, winning 19 free RTL matches. The Pain Master, Ike Payne.
There it is.
So what's going down in the Rolling Thunder League?
Well, I can pass word along from Scott, who's still recovering, so he'll be revealing the big reveal next cycle for all commissioner stuff. So
he's not going to pull down his pants, is he? Because he got me like that before, and that wasn't cool.
That's right. So there's
Poked me right in the eye.
And yeah, I did not have a good strategy this cycle in the RTL, so that was very ugly for me.
It's a nifty picture for Vagabond, though.
Yes, that's a very sweet picture for Vagabond.
RTL looking good. Lots of good trash talk. You know, I'm seeing some good pictures here. It's good images. Really solid all around. That picture of Chief Moon Crossfox is hilarious to me. So again, I in fact do dig that.
Nice.
What's the Thunder Cup?
Thunder Cup is going to be an event for the RTL.
Okay.
It's going to be kind of like a RTL-centric event.
Is it going to be like electrified steel cage?
I think the rough idea is the winner of each Thunder Cup, it's like kind of like a G1, like you go in and you get a shot.
Sounds cool.
It's also fun to say.
I prefer electrified steel cage. We should bring that. Should come back as a gimmick, by the way. We haven't used that in such a long time. When was the last time we had electrified steel cage in wrestling? Is it the Thunderdome? Is it Halloween Havoc 1990? I'm not sure.
Is Abdullah Butcher being electrocuted?
That was hilarious. Remember when Halloween Havoc 90, like it caught on fire, so Buddha went up and missed it and went out.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
That pay-per-view is actually one of my favorite pay-per-views. Halloween Havoc 90.
Nice. So RTL get involved.
There it is.
Good to see the Battle Royal getting some prize out of that. It's a pretty good job.
That's sweet.
So
you got BBL.
I'll take WTL.
Okay, I'll do BBL. So let me get to it.
Western Trails League, number 105.
Winning the Western Trails Heritage League, by the way. But that's all another story.
That's right. The Barry Windham belt. The Western Frontier Champion, winning 10 free matches. The Wild Indians, Vin Perez. Yeah, that's right. The $1 million winner. His luck keep going. He's just getting better and better. And of course, you know, St. Louis will be happy to take that money from him. Lone Star Champion, Nat J. Love. Central Plains Champion, Trucker Van Leer, who I believe has a 501. Neil O'Donnell, Dolphin Balor. I'm sorry. Neil O'Donnell's the Mexican champion.
Like from the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, it's him too. Hey, he's got bills to pay too. Tombstone champion,
terrible
Lance
jet,
Pants.
Anyway.
Lance Pants. Remember we had like a while we were like all about Lance Pants.
Prairie View pants dance sometimes.
That's when he's level 3 sex offender Lance Pants.
It's not true. Those charges were dropped.
Has to show up to your neighborhood and announce his presence. Mr. Penny Nickel is a Prairie View champion. The Widowmaker champion is the Highwayman. The Badlands champion is the reprobate Lanny Teague. The Cripple Creek champion, Justin Kyle. Southwest champion, Cactus Jock. Chisholm Trail champion, Marshall Reeves, who also picks up a sweet 5 free matches. Western Frontier Tag Champs, Mystic Angel and Fallen Angel. Lone Star Tag Champs, Duke of 25 and Duke of 90. Western Frontier 6-man champions, the Sailor, the Dam Builder, and the Pilot. Maybe like a job fair, and they're like, hey, you guys ain't getting jobs, but I got a job in a wrestling company. You interested? What do you do? Build dams. All right, you're in. Lone Star 6-man champions. It's Duke Drosy. He's gonna puke.
Duke
Steve
the
Boston.
Dumpster Drosy?
Who?
Duke the Dumpster Drosy?
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's a garbage
Was
man.
he the plumber guy too?
No, he's the garbage guy.
Oh, garbage guy. Who was the plumber guy? T.L. Hopper.
Joe Hopper.
That's what I'm thinking. And T.L. Hopper was actually
Dirty White Boy.
God,
He couldn't do anything better with the Dirty White Boy? Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I want to
Steve.
talk to Tom.
That's right. Lone Star 6-man champions, Steve Boston, Chainsaw Chuck, and Super Dragon. And your Bunkhouse Brawl winner, Marshall Reeves. And let's see here. We had a note from Darren because he was under the weather, and his message was about the commissioner titles. So only one changed hands. The 6-man champions, the Buckshots, defeated Mr. Excitement's 1, 2, and 3 to retain the Texas Tornadoes 6-man championship. Western Frontier tag titles, Mystic Angel and Fallen Angel outmuscled Levi Wrangler and WTP to retain the Texas Tornado belts. And Cowboy Schlitz destroyed the reprobate Landy Teague by 1. That's not a destruction. That's a close match. To become the new Heavyweight Trails. I'm okay. Western Trails Heavyweight Championship. There it is. Ding, ding. I'm not tired. You're tired.
I dig that. No, I was looking at Bill Apter. I was supposed to go out to dinner with Bill Apter one time. I decided to go out to dinner with my wife instead, though. So.
Really?
Yeah, WrestleMania weekend when I was out there.
Do you hold that against her now? You're like,
no.
Yeah.
Did I want to see a bunch of wrestlers and Bill Apter do karaoke? Sure, I did. But I dragged my wife to WrestleMania weekend where she hung out in the hotel the entire time, so kind of owed her for that one. So.
You didn't have her like paint her face up like Sting or whatnot, or
I considered it. She's like talking to the wrestlers. She don't even know who they are, like because she's just around the hotel because we're staying at the same hotel the wrestlers are staying at. So she's like, it's Mike Rotundo. Like, why were we talking to Mike Rotundo for?
One of my coworkers revealed she's a wrestling fan. Did not see this coming at all.
Came in the closet. That happens. I was in the closet.
She's very into like indie punk music and like hiking and whatnot, and she loves Timeless Tony Storm. She's all about Tony Storm.
So, have you seen the trailer for the Mildred Burke movie?
Is she? Nice.
She's in it. She's in the movie. So, a couple of notable people are in that movie. Tony Storm being one of them. Morton Cove from the Karate Kid and the Cobra Kai. He's going to be in there. And Jim Cornette is playing Sam Munchkin in this film, so it's weird.
Oh.
So check out the trailer when you guys get a chance.
Cornette. All right, there it is. All right, well, that brings us to our next league, the Baba Al.
The Brazilian Butt Lift League.
As Heeman Hoven calls it. That's right.
League champion will win 10 free matches, Mr. Smith. TV champion Fastball, Louis Ratcliffe. Central Plains champion, Drop Dead Jacques. East Coast champion, Golden Panther. Great Lakes champion, Wolf. Mid-Atlantic champion, Xavier the Beast. Northeast champion, Mayhem. Pacific Northwest champion, The Masked Bandito. Rocky Mountain champion, Apocalypse. Southeast champion, Tombstone. Southwest champion, B.A. Fox. West Coast champion, Vengeance. League Tag Team champions winning another 5 free matches. The Flying Tyler Hubowatsky and Renegade Riley Reinhardt.
Nice.
TV Tag Team champions, Timbo Slice and Jimbo Slice. League 6-man champions, Pit Fighter, Aerosol WC, Reinhardt Jr., and CBWC Reinhardt Sr. TV 6-man champion, Dominant Factor War, Dominant Factor Wrath, Dominant Factor Anarchy, and your Battle Royal winner winning 33 BBL matches, Xavier the Beast. So Matt, what's going down in the BBL?
Well, I'm not the best expert at BBL. There's so much going on in the BBL. It's hard for me to accurately.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's great. And I also want to say again, great to see all these battle royals with prizes coming out. You know, whether it's credit, whether it's free matches. Really good to see all that activity. Well done, folks. Hopefully, with all these high scores, we can snag that 10 free matches again. So let's see what happens. There is the Von Erich Classics wrapping up, and it was taken by the PPA, which is War Pig. I'm going to say it wrong. Get it right here. Hold on. I'm not going to say it right. It's War Pig, Jimmy. So tired. But what I do all say is so you all know that the tournaments are going on for the number one contender for various titles. So make sure you check your scores. Here it is. Corporal Punishment, Mr. Smith, and Pork Rind. I was a War Pig. I'm a big War Pig, Mark. So they won the PPA. Good for them. That's a good tournament here on there. I like that. I don't want to brag, but if you win it, you're kind of probably a pretty good six-man manager. And then, of course, there's the women's death matches, which I did not do as well in. I lasted all of one round with Gina Colada. Oh, well. Still, it's going. And what happens is once they do the scoring, this adds another layer, is everyone's broken. The top 8 are broken out into tournaments, and they're all in round 2. So this will be round 3 coming up. I don't know the score at the top of my head, but I'm pulling for Bandita because that's the kind of guy I am. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of trash talk, so it's nice to see again a lot of activity, a lot of creativity. So we like to see both those things happen. Justin's talking about his AEW came to Kansas City. It was the contract signing for ROH World Title between Jericho and Cardona, and they chanted "You're from Canada" again.
So there's a Suns chant. So I made a TV, so he was pretty stoked about that. So
nice.
So I guess what was everyone's first wrestling live event?
What was your first live event?
It was Nassau Coliseum, February 1987. Main event was Hulk Hogan taking on Hercules
Hernandez. Oh, wow. My first wrestling show live was at my high school here, Peabody High School, and it was Sergeant Slaughter versus the Russian Assassin in the main event.
Pro Wrestling USA?
I don't know, but I got to find some cage seats. There's a way to find that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's in Peabody. It's probably 85, 86.
Yeah, it sounds like Pro Wrestling USA or like New England.
Yeah, and
Pro.
there was Playboy Buddy Rose was on there, and I shouted for the pile driver, and he stopped, looked at me, and went pointed his middle. It was like, all right, and then he pile drove the dude and finished him off. We were like, yeah.
Was Backlund on that show or no?
Who?
Backlund.
I don't remember, but there was a U.S. Express, which was not Barry Windham. It was 2 other dudes, and you're like, who the hell are these guys?
You ever heard the story where Vince it was like, oh, it's like Express, we'll make you the American Express, and they're like, no, we can't use that. So that's why they're the U.S. Express and not the American Express.
Okay, I still like it.
We're gonna get sued by the credit card company. What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
So Matt, what's going down IWAR wide?
Well, there's a lot going down. Let me just stop and yank up this magazine here.
It's like porno. What are you doing?
Oh my God. Well, first, I want to talk about the magazine cover done by Alex for Squeakums the Clown. So we're going to check that out. And Squeakums Fishing by the Lake. Just thought Rob appreciate that. We have our second page here, a book launch. Patrick Wallace, who is the commissioner of the BWL, has written a book called Luchador, Heavy as a Legacy, and other books. And I didn't know we were talking about it, and I was like, and he mentioned it, and I'm going on Amazon. So I ordered it. Just came yesterday. So I'm going to read this book. and see what I can use to, and then see how quickly he catches on when I use stuff from the book in my trash talk. But check it out if you have a chance. Give it. It's a good price. Good book to read. Support a player. So there's that. iWar wise. The 2025 iWar Cup. So this is something new. And what we did is, I've been talking about doing this for years, where like we take the top 3 finishers from all the iWar leagues and have them face off in some kind of tournament. So the way this tournament works is the top 3 scorers were based on either performance in the year for the rankings, or if they were a new league, the top 3 scorers the first cycle. So, for example, BRL, Monstruck Tanaka, Squeakums the Clown, Hillbilly Kevin. Well, Tanaka pulled a 501, Squeakums pulled a 500, and Hillbilly Kevin pulled a 486. Ouch. So the first round eliminates the lowest score wrestler, right? So now the top 2 in each league will advance. So next round, it'll happen again where the other 2 wrestlers, whoever scores higher, advances. And then the final rounds, each league's representative, whoever's the highest score, is the winner of the 2025 iWar Cup. And it's just a fun thing right now. Then, of course, we have the Best of the Best Series 18. And as we said earlier in one of the other shows, what we're doing is taking the 8 iWar league top, like your top commissioner's champion. So BRL Global, CWL World, IWL World, NWL Young Lions, and so forth. And what they're going to do is this starts next cycle, and the top scoring out of the top half advance, and then so forth until there's a winner. Magic Clash 18 is coming up soon, and of course the main event is Mike Freaking Amazing defending his iWar World Championship against Flashy Jack Ferdinand, who's trying to regain the title. There's still time to sign up the Johnny B. Cup. The Johnny B. Cup now sits at 95 entries. So it's only $1 per entry, 6 max per player. If you want in, drop me a line. If you want one wrestler, it's fine. But what we'll do is we'll break this out, and then works is all the money put into the pot gets broken up in the top 3 finishers. So it's a really cool event. See the Murano Memorial Tag Tournament, same idea here. It's $1 per entry. It's $1 per team. So like if you want to team up with somebody else and put a team together, go right ahead. That's $1 for that team. We have 42 entries so far. So I'm looking to I'd love to get a nice, like 64 teams. That'd be perfect. So I'm going to try to pull that off. Let's see here. The Lethal Lottery tournament. It's a mystery partner tournament. Well, trifecta. So these 3-person teams. So we have right now a total of 29 wrestlers. So I'm looking to get more wrestlers involved. And it's free. You just got to tell me your wrestler wants in. So what I'll probably do is fib a little bit and get more people in there. Let's see, other stuff going on. Let's see here, that's done. Someone asked about the trash challenge back from October, and I wrote down who the winner was, and I can't find it. So I got to go back through the stuff and redo it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I wrote it down on a piece of paper and put it aside, and then there was cleaning that happened. And in the cleaning, and I was like, I had 2 names, and I circled one, and I got to go figure it out. I'm sure if I go through again, I'll be like the same result, but
right.
I had to go dig the bulletins out. It's a whole ordeal. So that's that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Really, this big thing is spring events. The spring events will launch next cycle, and we use the raw score of the wrestlers. And if it's a tie, we go to the previous cycle scores. So really, it's a matter of just making it fun and get involved. It really is cool. So I think it's a pretty good cycle. So you see a lot of activity and a lot of creativity. So keep it up, guys. Thank you much.
Keep up with the great work. That's for sure.
There it is.
There it is. Well, that's everything for this episode. So,
yes.
Any final questions? Oh, Darren says that his first wrestling show was Stampede in Saskatoon. Mika Sin was a champion. He came out right past me. So he gave him the finger. And then Dennis Jack completely forgot and went up to him and asked for an autograph. And he laughed and walked away.
Nice. I'm gonna find that Cage Seeds sites.
I can't find it. I've been looking.
Peabody, Massachusetts. It's either 86, I'm like maybe 84, but I'd say 85 to like 88 maybe.
Yeah, I have to go.
I don't think I was in high school yet. I was maybe 8th grade or like freshman year.
Because the only thing I see like 84 Backlund versus Slaughter and Marlboro, Massachusetts.
Mass Russian guy.
Mass Russian dude. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll keep on looking, and maybe we'll tell you what our findings is on the next episode of the I Want Out Tubecast.
There you go. All right.
All right, guys. So we are officially out of time. So for Matt Riley, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.
Thanks.